Okay, in this video I'm going to share my views on New York City. I'm here on annual leave, I'm here for 5 days. Today is the last day. We've seen and done a lot, and we've been to the top of the Rockefeller building, the top of the rock. We've been up the Empire State Building. We've cycled bicycles around Central Park. We've visited the Museum of Modern Art, which was fantastic. We have gone out to Ellis Island and learnt about the immigration, the history of immigration to Ellis Island. We've been out at the Statue of Liberty, and we've had a fantastic time. But I've never been in New York before, so this is a big thing for me. And my observations. Firstly, it's a remarkable city. The energy, the people, the buzz, the vibe, the spirit, or whatever. It's very, very difficult to describe it or articulate it, but it is remarkable. Day and night, there are just so many people everywhere, hustling and grinding, on the move. A sea of people, a sea of noise, and I would imagine it's a fantastic city for a young person especially to come to work in and live in. That's the first thing. So the question of describing New York is a bit like trying to describe a spirit or a feeling as opposed to a physical location. But it is remarkable, and all the hype and buzz that you might have come across or heard about is true, absolutely true. And I was no huge fan when we first decided to come to New York, but I was perfectly willing to give it a go and see what it was like. And we had to come anyway because we had tickets for another US destination which fell through. So that's the first thing I'd say. All these guys along the street selling all this stuff, street corners everywhere. Remarkable buzz, remarkable spirit. That's the first thing I'd say. Second thing I would say has to do with the cost. It is incredibly expensive, especially if you're eating out. It is very expensive, and between breakfast and dinner every day, you really would blow through cash very, very handy. The only thing that we found cheap or good value was public transport, the subway. If you can get over the smell of urine wafting up from the subway, and you do, quite frankly, after a while, because you just get used to it and you get conditioned to any place, well then the subway is good value. But the cost generally, the cost of buying an ice cream on the street, I mean, I bought 2 cones there the other day, just off 5th Avenue, for myself and herself, 2 ice creams. Cost $12.50 each, $25 for 2 cones. And I've no doubt we were absolutely stiffed. We should have asked the price first. But, so the cost is a big thing here. It's an expensive city. I don't know what it's like to live in from the point of view of accommodation, staying in a flat or an apartment and working in a job and so on. The cost is absolutely savage, especially for eating out. And this whole question then of tipping, 20% tips. Like our breakfast this morning came to $100, and that's just the way it is. Dinner every evening comes to $120, $130. You really do blow through cash very, very quickly. The third thing I would say, and a surprising thing, is how friendly and helpful New Yorkers actually are. I never expected that, and I would have had a perception of New Yorkers as being gruff and truculent and businesslike and peremptory and not very friendly. But on 2 occasions in 5 days, we were standing looking at our phone or a map, trying to figure out what direction we were going, when a person, a New Yorker, oh yeah, and Greenwich Village is one of the places we went as well. A person in Greenwich Village came over to us and said, "Are you okay? Do you want help? Where are you going?" And likewise on the subway, we were standing there trying to figure out which train line to take, when a lady stopped and said, "What's the story? Where are you going? Do you want help? What line are you looking for?" So that's been a surprising feature of it too. And there's one further thing I've discovered about New York, or a comment I'd make, and I want to just see what it is. Yeah, the hustle life here, the opportunity. Second, the cost, eating out, tipping, public transport. Public transport's good value. The people, I found the people friendly. Yeah, the final one is the risk. The risk if you are undocumented. Because if you're undocumented, what could happen to you is what happened to a Donegal guy I was reading about in the Irish Times there yesterday morning. He's been in Boston for 15 years. He's from Donegal. He hasn't gone home in 15 years. He got a holiday visa and outstayed his holiday visa. He got married. He has 2 kids born in the United States. He has a wife. But in the last while, he was done for traffic driving offence. And this has brought him to the attention of ICE. And now he's going to be bound and shackled, brought to the airport and sent back to Ireland. His wife is here. His 2 kids are here. His business is here. But he'll be back in Donegal. So, you know, that's a big risk to take for anybody coming here. Great opportunities. But if things go wrong, especially in the current climate, with the whole question of illegal immigration and so on, then things can go badly wrong. Now I'm up here at 5th Avenue. See up there, 5th Avenue. And this is one of the best shopping streets in the world. Trump Tower is down here somewhere. I walked past it the other day. I think Central Park is down here as well. We were in it the other day, cycling bicycles. But I'm just going to ramble up and down here today for a couple of hours. We're going back home today. We're flying back to Dublin tonight, or this evening, so this is our last day. And we're doing a little bit of shopping. I'm just walking around and taking in the atmosphere for one last time. Hope you liked the video. If you do, hit the thumbs up button down below. Thanks very much.